Hello everyone, and welcome to Governance and Assurance General Induction. My name is Craig McCormack, and I'll be taking you through the 4 parts of Governance and Assurance Induction, beginning with this one, of course, Part 1, Management System Familiarity. While I mentioned Governance and Assurance, perhaps I should just explain that by definition, Governance and Assurance in the context of how we work it in the business is just the systems and the processes that we use to manage our quality, safety and environmental performance. The quality, safety and environmental management systems that we have in Hartecs are all third-party certified, based against the Australian standards. Quality, that's Australian Standard 9001, safety 45001, and environmental management safety Australian Standard 14001. Collectively, we refer to our management systems as an integrated management system, but it really does have those 3 components. With the certification process, what that gives us is customer confidence in the fact that a third party has come in and assessed us against the Australian standards. But it also means that we as a business need to maintain a level of scrutiny towards our businesses. Otherwise, when the third party certification happens, we're at jeopardy of losing that certification and also risking that part of the market that wants us to be certified. It is very important that the business operate in accordance with these systems. And so that's why we give it so much attention, and certainly ask you to understand the systems that you're being asked to work with and follow those systems, ask lots of questions, and if necessary, raise non-conformances and improvement suggestions. The IMS itself is based on a manual that we've written, Integrated Management System Instruction Manual, which provides a fairly broad overview of how we run our business. It basically administers our quality, safety and environmental management behaviour at a very high level. But it's based on the Australian standards, which I'm sorry, they're not a very exciting looking document, but there's the 3 Australian standard images there. Organisational structure, which is down here. We've got Ben as our Managing Director, but we have 4 portfolios in our business services, people and culture, operations and governance and assurance. And under business services and operations, we also then have some sub-portfolios. So this business structure, as you can probably understand, heavily influences the way we set up our management systems. We also build these management systems based on the PDCA, or Plan, Do, Check, Act principles that are certainly embedded within the Australian standards. Effectively what this is saying is that when you're running a business, when you're doing your quality, safety, environmental management, you should do some planning to prepare, do your risk assessments and get yourself organised. Then you implement those plans. You do some checking, that would be the inspection and audit activities that you do, and then you act to make improvement. And that gives us this continual cycle of improvement. So essentially our entire integrated management system is driven by the standards. It's influenced by the structure of our organisation, and it's based on this Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle. It's very important that you understand also the policies within the organisation. Quality, safety and environmental management all have underlying policies which set the ground rules. They're a bit like your wedding vows or something that set the criteria on which everything else within your organisation is based. They're very short commitment statements, and here, for example, you'll see that Hartecs Group is committed to meeting the needs and expectations of our clients, which is the essence of quality management. And then the policy goes on to explain how we're going to achieve this by incorporating quality management into our systems, by building frameworks and procedural guidelines for our business, facilitating early definition of what the customers expect, understanding the scope of customer needs, providing the necessary resources so that we can achieve our quality outcomes, ensuring compliance to statutory obligations, standards and codes, performing appropriate education and training of our workforce so that we can achieve our quality objectives, identifying, reporting and investigating any non-conformances that we have so that we can either correct the behaviour or change the systems and get that continual improvement that I mentioned earlier. By establishing, reviewing and communicating quality performance measures and taking continual improved processes and getting that continual improvement outcome. By evaluating and monitoring our performance and including subcontractors, and maintaining our third-party certification, which keeps us up to a standard. So these policies really do set the foundations of our behaviour, and everything we do should effectively go back to these qualities statements or environmental statements and what's the other one? Safety standards, and set us up for how we're going to do our business. Here are the safety policy and the environmental policy. Once again, the safety policy talks about determined to operate our business so as to ensure that all our employees, subcontractors and the communities in which we operate are kept free from injury. And the policy itself then explains how we're going to do that. We're going to follow our safety values and requirements. We're going to report incidents. We're going to stop work where there's a threat and manage those risks and hazards associated with those threats. We need to make sure that we take a risk management approach to our business. We need to have objectives and targets, and that's all associated with continual improvement. Definitely compliance with legislative and other requirements that we have within our business is important. Developing and maintaining a program of monitoring, reporting, reviewing, once again, continually improvement. Promoting our secure safety, environment, quality, health, you are responsible for zero harm philosophy. Eliminating risks and hazards and controlling any remaining hazards and risks that we can't totally eliminate. Ensuring that we are transparent in the investigation and identifying the causal factors within incidents so we can get better. Making sure that we empower our employees and our subcontractors to cease work where there is a threat to safety, and ensure effective employee communication, consultation and participation so that we basically work as a unit here and really push forward our safety, work health and safety agenda. Environmental policy is very similar. Safety obviously is just about worker safety, whereas the environmental management is about our caring for the natural environment. Hartecs Group is committed to undertaking its business in a manner that recognises the importance of environmental protection and sustainability, and talks again also how we do that by looking at the laws and regulations that apply to us, having understanding client requirements, developing our systems and processes to continually improve again. So there you go, very similar. Policies, as I say, they sort of they seem like a bit of a bland statement but when you look at their intent, they really do set the business up and say these are our vows, this is what we're taking into our business, and everything we do within our business should have some consistency with our policies. I encourage you to pause the presentation and have a read through the policies in a little bit more detail, or grab them off the integrated management system so you understand exactly what it is that the business is intending to do with quality, safety and environmental management processes.